Hello again, YouTube. This is the Truth Man giving you the truth, and this is volume 4 of the Isaiah 4 and 1 series. Isaiah 4 and 1 is coming to pass. I want to talk a little bit about how delusional a lot of women are, and how they don't realize how much competition that they make for each other, and how guys, you make it worse for yourself by being thirsty, by sliding in too many DM. You got all these girls feeling themselves, and you causing some of the relationship problems because you're giving disrespectful women the wrong impression. But it's all leading to Isaiah 4 and 1 coming to pass. Isaiah 4 and 1 says, paraphrasing, that in the last days, 7 women will lay hold to one man, saying, we'll eat our own food, wear our own clothing, only let us be called by your name to take away our disgrace. And I showed you what the word disgrace is. It's a reputation that basically is stained because of dishonorable behavior. And I gave you some examples of that. OnlyFans, TikTok, stuff on Twitter, stuff on YouTube, all these filters, all these games, baiting and switching men, cheating on men. You cheating on men, coming back with knockback insides. Just all sorts of mischief and chaos in relationships, which is why you got people who talk about such things making more than doctors right on YouTube. Because it's something about when people hear some truth, the truth can be addictive. And YouTube knows that. That's why some of the people that tell the most truth get censored the most. But the truth can be addictive. And the truth is that people are seeking advice in regards to the opposite sex. And the advice that they're getting can be confusion at times, like I said on my last video, but it's still good. They don't agree with each other, but then they shout each other out and all this, all that. Oh, they best friends, but y'all shooting off on each other every video. But you're not saying each other's names. But Isaiah 4 and 1 is coming to pass. Every second, every moment. You should hear some of the conversations I have with my own wife. What conversations people have with their wives. It's coming to pass. These guys be on YouTube flirting around with people's wives, creating a delusion within them that it's sweet out here, that the grass is green. And then I'm seeing a lot of videos on YouTube when they come out here with these sharks, they regret it. Because it's millions of guys that'll tell a woman just about anything to get in them draw. Anything. And who wants to marry? And how many guys out there are willing to marry a woman that has slept with a higher number than they have as a man? I know I'm not. I know I'm not. Now again, in all fairness, if you like a person and they tell you the truth, then it's for you to decide if because they kept it real with you, that you're going to reward them. But always punish the ones that lie. You start finding out stuff that they twisted the story, they lied about. Yeah, that's reason to make them move around, or you move around. Man, my arm is sore for some reason. Isaiah 4 and 1 is coming to pass. It may look like they winning right now, but when it's all said and done, unless you think the scripture is a lie, then you understand that I had to stretch my arm, that Isaiah 4:1 is coming to pass. And that they just delusional. That's why some of these women are settling for pets as mates. They talking about they don't need a man. I guess God don't know everything. Listen, if the Most High said that it's not good for a man to be alone, who's the stronger vessel according to Scripture, then what makes you think that women are good with being alone? My wife comes to me and tells me, well, the studies say that women are more happy unmarried. I ain't even got to say nothing else. Y'all already... Anyway. Isaiah 4:1 is coming to pass. And to go on one of Coach Greg's talking points, why the age thing keeps coming up. The age thing keeps coming up with a lot of people. I hear people even in the stores that I don't know talking. And it's like, they seem to think that it really matters if a woman is 20 or 50. And they seem to believe that just because a man is 50, he got to get a woman that's 50. Let me ask you something. Just in all honesty, right? Think of the 50-year-old women you know, right? Think of the 50-year-old men you knew. When my father was 50, it was like he was 30. I'm telling you, man. Let me see. Okay, when I was in college, 1995, he was 45. I mean, I ain't gonna put his business out there, but he was acting up. He was out here, just... Anyway, at 45. Now, there is a difference. Like me, for instance, I'm 47, but I don't feel 47. I might have aches, pains. I might have trouble getting comfortable, but that was going on when I was young. Sometimes you have trouble getting comfortable. That was going on when I was young. But from a strength standpoint, I can bench press more now than I could at 22 years old. That's just the honest truth. Stone honest truth. I can bench press more now than when I was 22 years old playing football and everything. Now, of course, I was running faster back then, but who's to say if I got my my flexor muscles, or whatever you call them, to be able to extend more, who's to say I still can't get up? I guarantee you if I ran the 40 right now, I guarantee you the lowest I probably would run is a 5. I still can run. But I'm hearing this argument from a lot of people that seem to believe that guys should stick to their own age. It's a reason why Dick Van Dyke is 96 and his wife is 50. Imagine Dick Van Dyke having a 96-year-old wife. If she would have tried to dance with him like that, she probably would have passed out. I'm just being honest about it. The dude is still doing everything at 96. Show me a woman like that. Show me. I'll wait. I'll wait forever. Show me. Send it in the comments. Give me a link or something where you can find a 96-year-old woman moving around like Dick Van Dyke was. You know what I would say? If she's 96, she's going to be full of reasons why she can't. Full of it. These are all the reasons why Isaiah 4:1 is coming to pass. The older women are going to have to concede. And when they concede, there's going to be guys that's going to add them right to his little harem. Oh yeah, you right there, you come here. That's what's going to happen. And people don't want to admit it. People don't. Y'all just want me to talk about Jonah and all of the Bible, the stuff in the Bible, and that's it. That's not even a real preacher. A real preacher is going to talk about what's going on right now and the future. But y'all want somebody to just talk about the scripture. That's why a lot of people in church be shallow. They don't be knowing nothing. They don't be knowing. Your most evangelical people, some of them don't know anything about, they don't have a clue about what's going on today in the world. When I used to work for the public school system, as my little second job, I was a janitor. You know, I was a correctional officer, then I was a janitor. I had 2 jobs. There was this one guy in there, I guess he was like an ordained minister or something. And so the other guy, the other engineer was talking about how all of our boss, the head, had one blue eye and one green eye, and he was talking about the significance of that, and he got into secret societies and this, that, and the other. This guy says, man, don't listen to none of that, man. He don't know what he's talking about. Now, mind you, he didn't know that I had already read a lot of what the guy was saying. And I'm just listening to him like, I said, so have you read, because that's what I do sometimes. When I know the answer to something and I know you don't know, I'll ask you a question to try to help you out. I said, so have you read any of the lost books or any of the controversial books that were taken out of the Bible? He said, man, I ain't read none of that. All I need is this Bible. I was done with the conversation. I was just done. I was done. Because the Bible, some of the things in the Bible were derived from previous writings. They're just under different names. Like everything we see in the Bible, that wasn't the first text of that. Like the Garden of Eden. You have the Epic of Gilgamesh. You have other stories that say the same thing. They just under a different title in a different time period. He said, all I need is the Bible. I was done. Like, and I was battling like I ain't even like this dude, because I like over the years, it's like certain people just irk me. People who think they know more than they do, but they limit themselves and don't do research, they just irk me sometimes. Like, and like this guy, like the other times he came to the school, I just, hey, how you doing? Just went about my business. Like, I didn't even like the guy, like, because he was just, to me, he was what's wrong with the church. One of the things that's wrong with the church. Besides women having power that the Bible didn't give them, he was one of the things that's wrong with the church. And this is why Isaiah 4:1 is coming to pass, because you got the church, which is looked at as a supreme authority on the earth for God. But yet when you read the scripture, what it says about relationships between men and women, going back to Genesis 2:18, and just going through the Bible, reading what it says, how their take on women, what it says about women, the roles that the women of the Bible had. And then you look at these today, you say no wonder. You was nasty before you got saved. Now you got saved, you don't want to do the stuff you was doing. Or when you was a baby, before you start turning the pages of the Bible, now you don't want to do that stuff. And you saying you got the Spirit of God in you, but yet you getting more and more disrespectful by the day. That's why Isaiah 4:1 is coming to pass. The delusion and the nerve of a lot of these women is off the charts. Now, it's not fair to the very few that's going to do and be what they're supposed to in a relationship. So I would say that I'm not naywalt. I'm all women could be. Throw a C in there like that. But I'm not saying that all women are like that. You know what I mean? Like, they have similarities, but there are a few that's going to put it down. Put it down. They're going to stay in shape. They're going to put it down. And they want to put it down. They're not dangling over your head. You be faithful to me. Oh, you're such a good guy. I'm going to give you a little piece of unenthusiastic sex. Isaiah 4:1 is coming to pass for that reason. Those type will be divorced. Those type will get cheated on. And then they'll be thrown back in the pack. And they'll be part of somebody's harem. Because it's not going to be a lot of guys that's just going to just be faithful like that. Especially if they play those games. It take a special dummy to let a woman play sexual games and not cheat on them or get rid of them. That's the one thing a wife is supposed to do, is provide meaningful physical relations to a man. We just call it physical relation. And some of them don't even do that. And then you got the ones that they'll be easy if they could get away with it with somebody they don't know or barely know. But then the person has been looking out for them, they'll play games with him. And I heard a story about that. One of the juveniles where I used to work was telling me about how he was just talking to a guy at a party that was drunk, was kind of drunk, and was telling him, man, my wife don't do nothing. She always got some type of excuse. She don't do nothing. Little did he know that his wife, while he was there, was in the other room with the kid getting blasted back. That's what guys is dealing with. That's why Isaiah 4:1 is coming to pass. And that's why any preacher that's not telling you the truth about this stuff is a fool. These preachers, if their wife is doing this stuff and they do some crazy stuff, they need to just tell the truth. Be like, look, man, I'm not going without sex. My wife ain't do nothing for a year or whatever it is. Why don't you just tell the truth? The truth. Don't you believe the Bible when it says the truth will make you free? Why don't you tell the truth about your wife? Why are you letting your wife hide? Yes, you have responsibilities too. But if she is not doing nothing with you, and Secretary Samantha or whatever is looking good to you, and she's saying, well, and you messed up and put her in your business and things happened that shouldn't, why don't you just tell the truth? Get in front of your congregation and be like, look, man, I'm going to tell y'all like this. I know that I teach certain things about this, but I'm not going no year without no sex. I don't care what any of y'all say, and any of y'all can leave if you want. No, man, y'all look down on these preachers, and that's the evil in you. You trying to put an expectation on these preachers that you're not even going to put in yourself. That's the evil in you, because you just want an excuse to do stuff that you know the Bible ain't approving of. And that's how a lot of these guys is. I hear guys talking about faithfulness to a wife. You talking about faithfulness to a wife. Okay, what happened with you then? What happened with you then? You saying this because you don't know the full extent of what's permissible and what's not in regards to God and a marriage. And listen, you don't make nobody change, don't make nobody change what they think. If let's say you're a guy, you just found out about all this stuff. When you married your wife, she wouldn't have married you if you were saying that. So as long as you with her, don't make her get involved in that. But at the same time, I hear these guys on YouTube talking down on preachers. Like a preacher is supposed to be a robot or something. The same thing go for them. They men too. But where they mess up, they don't be telling the truth. They be letting their wives hide sometimes, and their wife be the reason for some of that stuff. But they let them hide. They putting them on sex strikes. They dangling sex over their head. You can't do that to a ex-playboy. How you expect to get away with that? How? All you gonna do is excuse my language, all you gonna do is piss him off. And guys can do some of the most dastardly things when they pissed off. Excuse my language. Hi there. So it's gonna come to pass. It's coming to pass right now. It's just a matter of when the United States is going to make it legal. They're already talking about a bachelor's tax. It's going to be legal eventually. And you guys, y'all talking about, I need more than one wife. Do you got more than one wife money? That's why I say Isaiah 4:1 coming to pass, because all these dudes they're gonna be like, look, I ain't got money like that. And then women gonna be like, that's okay. We'll eat our own food. We'll wear our own clothes. Only let us be called by your name. Can I join your stable? And it's gonna go from the group of wives is gonna be laughing at these women by themselves, thinking they got vagina power, pee power, if you know what I'm talking about. Gonna be like, girl, you better get with one of these guys. You acting selfish. Talking about you need him all to yourself. You better stop thinking like that. You're gonna be by yourself. That's what the conversation is gonna be. You hear it from a prophet. You're gonna be by yourself. You better join up with one of these men. Because a lot of the older women, they're going to have to. Like, you're going to have to get a little more energetic and enthusiastic as you get older. You're going to have to be like, my turn. Yep. Yeah. That's how some of y'all gonna have to be. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. And there's gonna be some older people that's gonna stick to what they know and gonna be, the world is crazy. No, they doing it. It's gonna be some of them. It's gonna be some of them. But just like it's legal in the Bible, it's gonna be legal in the government too. It's gonna be legal. Because think of how the economy could be. If you married filing joint. I mean, I ain't trying to be funny. But think of, from a financial standpoint, how much you could tax somebody if you was a government. and how much you can get back in taxes if you was in one of these groups. And they allow all of y'all to file joint. Had his name over here, this wife over here. If you don't agree with it, you just don't. But the Most High don't agree with you. Because he told David just like this. You can read it for yourself. 2 Samuel chapter 12. When he sent Nathan the prophet to David to confront David for setting up Uriah because he wanted Bathsheba, he said, I gave you all of Saul's wives. And if you wanted more, I would have gave you even more. So this ain't about you against the guy that you disagree with. This is about you against something that the Most High did himself. I'm not even finna talk about it no more with certain people. I'm just not. Because they don't understand and they not trying to understand. But I talked about this at length. This is The Truth Man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. This is volume 4 of the Isaiah 4:1 is Coming to Pass series. Right now, as we speak. Right now, the delusion is off the charts. The filters, they're using filters, they're altering their bodies, they're doing anything they can trying to get these guys money. But in the reality of it, you might be getting some money, but you losing a lot of respect. And you going to be one of these women that ain't nobody going to commit to. You messing with them come on now, let's just be honest. Let's be honest. 7 foot tall NBA players. Size 25 feet. And you, this one, come on now. You done. You messing with these football players with abs. If you know anything about when you get abs, other things protrude a little more, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. So you messing with these football players with all these abs. You messing with these long Nephilim basketball players. And that's not even counting the everyday dudes that you encounter since middle school. And you, because you got a cute face, you think that you deserve this, you deserve that. Isaiah 4:1 is coming to pass.